Well, hello everybody. Welcome to YHS Toy Anxiety. My name is Craig Goldberg. I am in Atlanta, Georgia, and joining me for this was our 7th episode already? I feel like...
Dude, we've been...
It's crazy.
Yeah. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're going to celebrate every week. Mostly we're just impressed that we're doing it. It's fun to take something from the talking about dream state to the reality state. And people seem to be enjoying it. But before we go any further, Ryan Dole, all the way from Vancouver, BC, where it's raining. How are you, man?
I'm so happy that it's raining.
Okay, right, because of the smoke. We talked about the smoke.
The smoke has cleared up, which means I can walk in the rain today. And you know what? I think I'm going to celebrate the rain by doing a Toys R Us run.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Because not only do I have to look for myself as like a, get ready for HasCon by buying or looking at more toys, but you know what? Our friend Jacob also needs to see what we have for Marvel Legends. Right. Now that he's in there,
we haven't even covered that.
I got to help him out.
On the main show on YHS, when we're going to be recording a new episode tomorrow, and I'm going to be asking Jake for all of the sultry details about his Marvel Legends. I've been calling him. I've been like, hey man, listen, I'm going to live vicariously through you, and let's talk checklists. What are you looking for? What do you need? What do you not need?
Yep.
And then I told him, we came up with a new term today when I talked to him about just to spite him, I'm going to start spite collecting Marvel Legends as well.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, spite collection.
That's because I did ask him, like, hey, which ones are you looking for? And I'm definitely going to help him out. I mean, that's a...
Well, he's got some pretty specific... Some specific lanes he's going down as far as X-Men and stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
He definitely is, and lucky for him, he knows me. And I know exactly what he's talking about.
All right, everybody out there who knows me is lucky, because I know the Marvel Legends. Well, cool, man.
I know exactly what I know exactly what Jake's talking about. So when he's saying like, "Oh, I'm looking for this and this era and this team," I know exactly what it is. I don't even need to research it. I just know.
Cool.
I'm Ryan Dole, and I know these things.
It's been said. I don't think you can put it any better. But so we've been having fun. We had a lot of fun last week. Good reaction to our conversation about bots and scalpers. And I would be lying if I said I didn't go back and watch that a couple times. It was as funny as it was in the moment. Being able to observe it was even better. I was giving myself and yourself pats on the back for that discussion. And we're going to talk about the PS5 pre-order a little bit later. And bots and scalpers.
Oh, it was bot heaven.
Well,
bot heaven, man.
I had a funny thing happen in one of the Facebook groups, but we'll talk about it. So anyways, it's Batman Day. Happy Batman Day, everybody. Very exciting.
Happy Batman Day. Man, it's a big day for me. This is it's like a little nerd Christmas. It's great.
What inform me, why is today Batman Day? What is the significance of today?
So they'll do this every, what is it? What week of September are we in?
Third week?
The third?
Yeah.
Third week of September. So usually that weekend, that Saturday, the third Saturday of September, they do Batman Day. And it's to coincide with the week that Batman first appeared in comics.
Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool.
Right. So this week came out Detective Comics 1027. So that... and Detective Comics number 27 is the first appearance of Batman. So it was the 1000th Detective Comic with Batman in it.
That's cool.
So they did a big special, and it all came, variant covers galore. Shout out to Tyler in Group Therapy, who managed to find me a copy of it because my local store was sold out. So he was able to get
That's
me.
Cool. Now,
he got me an issue. And
how do we feel about comic shops who upcharge for their variant covers instead of just letting them? Is that normal practice?
It is at some stores. Now, the store I go to will only upsell certain variant covers.
Okay.
And that's when they have to buy a certain amount of covers in order to get a variant cover.
Gotcha.
And then depending on how many they had to buy for that, like it could be one and, $200 and they get that cover. They might upsell that one, maybe like instead of selling it for the, what is it, $3,
Right.
$4 for a comic, they'll maybe charge $15, $20 depending.
Gotcha.
Right. And then, that's how that's usually how it goes. And then if it doesn't sell in a month and people, because or let's say they end up keeping the copy, like anything can happen where it's all of a sudden like it can skyrocket to like,
right.
Hey, it's $15. Oh, now it's like $300.
Right.
Ooh la la. And that can happen too. So, I mean, it all depends. If it's just a regular variant cover and they upsell, they're dicks. Straight up.
I remember when everybody knows I'm not the biggest comic reader, but I do get caught up in the hype train. Anything that's hyped, I'm in on it. So throughout the years, I'm like, there'll be times where I'm like really into like new shoes that are dropping or like limited edition, just think like when they put out like the Rogue One Nissan car, I was like, I might have to get that. I might have to get that Nissan.
Man, it comes with a helmet. It comes with a Death Trooper helmet. I could get this.
I could rationalize in my brain why I need to drop like $35,000 on a new car today. No, but I remember when the Barack Obama variant Spider-Man came out.
Yep.
I was on the hype train so much that I had reserved 2 copies thinking like, tell my future kids that college is paid for, folks, because these are the investment opportunities of a lifetime. And as they decreased in value from the amount that I paid, I ended up getting out of those. So that's what we call a loss.
It is, but it's kind of funny because I think because of that as well, I think sometimes issues like that will go down in price.
Right.
And then 10 years down the road, they go up in price.
Right.
Yeah. Like, let's say with everything recently going on in your country, those things could end up going up in price.
Right.
In November. We'll see.
That's really interesting. I've never really thought about that.
Because I have the Obama cover.
Let's not get too political here, okay?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, it's just like, because comics are always they always dabble in politics and social
100%,
issues.
100%.
But we're not going to talk deeply on that. It's just, that's what it is.
Right.
And, like, even we got a cover up in Canada where it's Alpha Flight with Justin Trudeau.
Oh, interesting.
Right. And so there's the Justin Trudeau cover. We did get the Barack cover.
Okay.
As well up here, I did get it because
I'm trying to
it's
think.
It is kind of novelty, and it's
Right.
rare that in some respects that comics will straight up put a legit political figure in there. Usually there'll be like a spin-off of somebody like, oh, that's Reagan.
Right.
But it's
not. Right.
But it's not.
I remember. So this is 2008, right during the election. So, I mean, this is 12 years ago. I don't remember what I paid, but I think I paid probably $60 or $70 a copy. And maybe it's gone up in value. I don't know. I haven't tracked it. I've not tracked it. So.
I paid cover price.
Okay. Hey, I'm not going to drop names because I still go there. But you know how you were talking about upcharging is for dicks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what was going on there. But anyways, I digress. So,
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah. But anyways, happy Batman Day. We're going to be talking about Batman and going over some of our favorite Batman toys and toy lines and kind of talking about what's going on with modern Batman collecting. I'm very excited about that. Before we do that, though, we have to talk about PulseCon, which is next weekend. And I'm not going to lie, in a year where Ghostbusters Afterlife, San Diego Comic-Con, Star Wars Celebration, and Dragon Con have been canceled. It's
and New York. New York Comic-Con as well.
In a year where everything's canceled, I am very much looking forward to 2 days of toy panels. Bravo to Hasbro. This is good. This is good stuff.
Absolutely.
I think this is going to be really good. So they put out their schedule, and you can find the schedule on a Hasbro Pulse website. It's going to be all day next Friday and Saturday. I think Friday is going to be, they're doing what is it? Dungeons and Dragons and a couple other brands, and then Star Wars is going to be Friday, and then I think Saturday is GI Joe, Power Rangers, or maybe GI Joe's Friday. I don't know. I do know Ghostbusters is Saturday. That's what I know. But
yes, and I noticed this as well, and I'm not sure if you noticed this. So the biggest panels of the 2 days seem to be Star Wars
yes,
and Ghostbusters.
I did.
Star Wars has 3 different panels.
Right.
Ghostbusters has 3 different panels, and everyone else kind of has one, which shocks me, just
Right.
because of how in depth the Marvel collection is.
Right. Well, I think the thing is we're going to see some reveals from Marvel, but they just did their big HasLab project, right? So this is going to be the time for the
that doesn't matter. I actually honestly don't think that matters.
right. You're right. I'm trying to rationalize
only because Marvel's nonstop. But at the same time, Ghostbusters and Star Wars are both kind of Hasbro IP legacy brands,
right?
If that makes sense.
Exactly.
Where it's like, yes, Transformers and Dungeons and Dragons and G.I. Joe are legit legacy brands of Hasbro.
Right. And now Power Rangers is actually owned by Hasbro as well, which is very interesting.
Or maybe because they're Kenner. Like they originally started off as Kenner, and there's like a huge legacy with that, and they can do legit retros. I don't know why G.I. Joe hasn't done legit retros.
Well, I think it's going to be a big day for G.I. Joe. I think they dabbled in the water earlier this year. Said we're finally going to do this. We're going to do a 6-inch detailed G.I. Joe line. Let's see how the people. People have been asking it forever. Put your money where your mouth is, and obviously it's been wildly successful.
Oh man, they've been psychotic.
So I think they're going to be putting the pedal to the metal on the G.I. Joe brand. And Ghostbusters it's in a weird place because the movie was already supposed to be out by now. So they're probably still having to hold back on a lot of stuff. But it is a 3-part panel. Part 1 is going to be focusing on classic Ghostbusters with Ernie Hudson. Then they're having a Kenner panel that's going to focus on the Kenner classics. And they're going to have one of the original designers there talking with the Hasbro team about the new stuff. And then they've got Jason Reitman talking about Afterlife, and he's going to give a tour of the new Ecto, and there's going to be some reveals, and I'm very
they got
excited.
The guy from Snake Eyes.
And
they got the guy from the Snake Eyes movie there too.
The Henry Golding,
and I have this weird feeling we might get a Snake Eyes trailer.
It's possible. Yeah, because that movie was already supposed to be out, but they pushed it back a year. So I think there's going to be a lot of fun. There's some music, Tenacious D and Fall Out Boy. Listen, it's going to be fun. We're going to have some fun.
Hasbro it is a weird feeling when DC Fandom, the one that we weren't excited for the week before it came out, which stole our hearts when it did.
Right.
And then Hasbro PulseCon are the cons that we're all kind of talking about this year.
Yep.
Usually it is San Diego and New York.
Right.
And, because they have the big reveals. But that's not the case. And I'm wondering if next year, how much that's going to change.
You know what? I think I wonder how long this has been in the plans, because I have a feeling, after PowerCon and seeing the reaction that Mattel got from all those Masters reveals, Hasbro was probably like, okay, let's do this. So day 1 and day 2, what we're going to do both nights. So they'll end about 7 p.m. Eastern. Both nights, we want to give everybody time to see everything, digest everything, catch up. Friday night and Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube. We are going to be doing full breakdowns and reactions Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night's going to basically be all Star Wars. Saturday night's going to be Ghostbusters, Power Rangers, and G.I. Joe. And there's 2 Star Wars panels. So they got one panel that's going to be reveals for Black Series and Vintage Collection, and they've got the HasLab panel, which I'm very excited about. Obviously, we tried to do a live reaction to HasLab a couple weeks ago, and they didn't announce it. That's what we are lovingly referring to as Hallway Con 2020. And, oh god! But I wanted to ask you this. So everybody's expecting the announcement for the Razor Crest. Everybody has seen the price tag has leaked. It's about $350. There are now rumors that the Razor Crest is going to be the HasLab, and I have very mixed feelings on that. And I thought we should maybe dedicate a minute or two to talking about what we feel. And if you don't know, by the way, the Razor Crest is the Mandalorian ship from the show The Mandalorian. Mandalorian season 2 starts in a couple weeks. So, did you see that rumor?
Yes, I follow Yak Face. I definitely saw it.
Okay, so how God, I'm stumbling over my words on Batman Day of all days. What? Listen.
Why today, Craig?
Why today? With Gotham City in ruins and the criminal element taking over once again, why do I stumble? What were your feelings on this? On these, I'm going to go back to NPR voice on the rumored Razor Crest HasLab. How do you feel about that?
I really hope it's not a HasLab.
Okay.
I just think with how the Falcon sold, I really think the Razor Crest could do just as well, if not better. Because you have to remember, a lot of collectors looked at that Falcon and were kind of like, "Hey, we already have that Falcon. It just has a couple new decals and a couple new characters and some porgs. I keep saying pogs. That's 2 weeks in a row. Pogs.
I wish it had pogs. I wish it had pogs.
Look. And so, and I think the reason why it sold out is because I think a lot of people missed out on it the first time.
Right.
And
people were asking for a re-release of the big Millennium Falcon for several years. So
right. And again, like I said before, a couple episodes ago as well, Disney collectors are also going crazy because it's a park piece as well. So you've got that. But it sold really, really well. And I think when you look at that, there's clearly a market for large items again. Like, because for a while there, nobody was buying those bigger items.
Right.
Like that's part between Clone Wars, the cartoon, and Force Awakens. That whole space in between, nobody was buying play sets. Nobody was buying big sets. Those Falcons all went up for discount, like crazy discounts. Nobody was buying them. And then all of a sudden now they're putting up again for more than what they cost last time. And everyone's just snatching them up. It doesn't matter if they're bots or not because everyone's buying them. And as far as Hasbro is concerned, that should be a clear sign that there's money in these big ticket items.
Right.
I don't think it should be a HasLab. I think they should just release it.
Yeah, to me,
in stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
yeah, go ahead.
No,
I just think they should release it in stores.
Well, I do too, and I think here's why. Here's my reasoning, and we're gonna find out next week. And literally, no matter what, I'm gonna get a Razor Crest. If it ends up being the HasLab, I'll back it because I want it to succeed. But I think the Razor Crest is a new vintage collection vehicle that everybody wants. People have been, the second that ship showed up, you have people who are not even hardcore toy collectors like, oh, I want that in action figure form because Mandalorian is such a cool throwback for Star Wars, just in general. We don't need to go into it. Everybody knows why it's great.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome. So, but to me, the HasLab has to be part of, it doesn't just need to be a big item. It needs to be a dream item that you never thought you would get. Like the barge, or like the big Sentinel, or like the Transformers thing, whatever that thing was.
Or like a Mustafar playset, like a major one, like a new upgrade.
Or a Cookie Monster.
Episode 3.
The Cookie Monster.
Or a Cookie Monster. Man,
Dude, that thing has been buried, dead, and gone. Cookie Monster is basically WCW. In the world of, it's just not even acknowledged. Its existence has been put to the pasture. But I digress.
Dude, I want to go to Hasbro and just see if they'll let me buy the one that didn't sell.
I felt so bad for them. Maybe one day we'll do like a history of the Cookie Monster that they weren't able to make. Like, but you know what?
Oh, dude, we'll make a documentary.
Dude, we'll get in contact with the Atlanta Puppetry Museum that has all the Sesame Street characters, and we'll have people doing commentary about how after the Cookie Monster failed, this guy was eating more cookies than ever. Like, it was a bad time for Cookie Monster. No, but listen, I actually give them credit for trying something outside of the box, and it didn't work, and then they pivoted, and now they're doing stuff that works. So I do think that if the Razor Crest is the HasLab, it's a home run and they'll back it. But I think there's going to be a little bit of a letdown because it's been gosh, I mean, going on what, 2.5, 3 years since the barge was announced. That was a dream item. We never got a big full scale katana, Jabba sail barge. And I think, at the end of the day, as cool as the Mandalorian is, as cool as the Razor Crest is, that show just came out last year. So, there's plenty of other play sets and large vehicles that I think that you should do as a HasLab first.
Yep, absolutely. I think if the Razor Crest was HasLab, it should legit be able to freeze your figures in the inside of that thing, and you just pull out little blocks of dudes.
Well, that's what I wonder. What would make it? What would warrant it being a HasLab? Because you think when you're doing a project like that needs to be backed in advance, that means that Hasbro is assuming that there's some risk in making this. There's no guarantee that if we put this on the shelves, it's going to sell. And I think it will.
It has to be, dude, I can't think of anything of why, because you could still have a sculpted armory in there where you open the little doors and you see his extra guns. You could have little slots where you can put Han and Carbonite or just other carbonated accessories of characters. You could have the little cubby hole that he hides the child in. Dude, I honestly can't think of unless it comes with Bill Burr and all his buddies from episode 5.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The one argument I'm against my point is that we all know with the vintage collection, it's harder and harder to find the figures you want because they're not doing as big of runs and all of those reasons we've talked about. But what if it's the kind of thing where it's a Razor Crest, but it comes with 10 exclusive Mandalorian 3 3/4 vintage collection figures that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else? Maybe that puts it over the edge as something hey, this is actually really cool. I don't know. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I think they should just make Dex's Diner. Make that the HasLab. I would love nothing more than a Dex's Diner. Or, like I said before, a Black Series scale Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Yeah.
Lights up, has sounds.
What about a big bag of sand with a little Anakin Skywalker buried in the middle of it? You have to find him.
Oh, with a Sarlacc pit.
Exactly. See, now these are outside of the box. Well, listen.
Now we're cooking with fire.
We'll move on from this, but HasLab, Hasbro PulseCon, it's all happening next weekend. So make sure that you join us here on the YouTube channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. The first event is already there. You can go ahead and set yourself a reminder. It's going to be next Friday night and Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, for Hasbro PulseCon reveals and reactions. And I know we've got tons of predictions for Ghostbusters and things like that, but I think you and I, we're pretty involved. We make some pretty informed guesses. I don't want to accidentally do spoilers and things like that. Not that I actually know anything, but I just think it's going to be really cool. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, I saw some of you guys' predictions in the chat, and I didn't even reply because my eyes were rolling so hard. I was just like, calm down, all of you. You're not getting that.
But we might.
Stop it.
You never know. No, you probably
right.
Do. All right, so cool. Let's talk about Batman. This is very exciting.
Let's talk.
Batman's
Dude,
your number one.
I love
your number one
Batman.
Love. Yes.
I love collecting Batman. My Batman collection has exploded within the last few years, for sure.
Very unprofessional, sipping on something here. Also, listen, this is not the brand normally associated with Yes Have Some. So if you give me a call, guys.
But it is in Atlanta. So I mean,
very true, very true.
Do you just have to go there? Do you just have to go to the Coca-Cola factory?
I go to the factory. I don't even.
They just hand them out.
This is my one can. They refill it and reseal it for me.
Yeah. Do you know how good that is for the environment? Good on you.
God. Yeah, well, hey. Listen. Okay, Batman. Let's do a little... at some point, we're going to have to do a more drawn-out history of our own personal Batman collection and affection, because I know we come from very similar places of love of Batman as a child and growing up with it. But I don't know. How do you want to celebrate? Do you want to talk about what's going on? Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Ryan texted me the other day and said, "Hey, I'm very stressed," and I said, "Okay, what's up?" And you said, and I quote, "I think I'm going to start collecting McFarlane Batman," and I was like, "You piece of shit! Like, you have not expressed much interest in that at all over the last year that it's been out, and now." It's either quarantine or 2020 is getting to you. So walk me down the path of where you're going and why.
Okay, so I don't have much left to get for Batman animated series.
Okay, which is the DC Direct line.
In fact, correct. And even when it comes to vintage stuff, even with Superpowers toys, which is not really a Batman line, it's a DC line. I have a lot of that as well. And I mean, there's going to be some characters that are just, and I mean, I've even shown you guys who are selling them too, where it's like $3,000 for Cyborg and stuff like that.
Right.
Where it's just like, yeah, that's not happening today. So I've already like come to peace with some of the figures I'm not going to be getting. And on top of that, even when it comes to like the more like 90s stuff, like Batman Forever, Batman Returns, again, I'm running out of characters that I need. Or variants of Batman that I need and I want. So with that said, I just get itchy. Like, I don't need any more Batman toys at all. If there's one person who doesn't need any more Batman anything, it's probably me.
It's like me with Real Ghostbusters to a certain extent. Like, if I never get another Real Ghostbusters item, I'll be fine. Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody saw the Yes Have Some Instagram yesterday, but that was what we call a major Ectoflex.
Yes, and only a few of us can do that Ectoflex.
Oh, it's true. But back to Batman. And so you're in a place where you've got different lines that you've collected. You've dabbled in Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman Animated Series, Legends of the Dark Knight. Like, you've got a lot of 90s Kenner.
I do, and I love it, and I absolutely love it. I love the dude. It's something about Batman, and we all know this. I don't even have to explain it, but we all know there's something about Batman. He's cool. Even when you do Aquamarine Blast Detective Batman, he still looks cool in neon yellow and a deep dive suit.
Right.
Like, you just, like, there's some of the Mattel 2003 stuff that I look for. Okay. I'm still missing a lot of those.
Okay.
But again, sometimes you just want to go and buy a Batman figure without having to go on eBay or go to a toy show or convention.
Right. Right.
And I think that's that's where I get that itch, where it's just like, any more of those Batman?
I went through this. We've talked a lot about the Toy Biz Batcave, which I finally picked up a couple months ago.
You got that this year.
I got that this year.
And that's one I still want as well. So I still haven't. That's something I do watch. Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt there for 1 second.
No,
that is one thing that I've been watching, and it is one of those like play sets I'm dying to have. But at the same time, it's like I'm also holding my breath a little bit too, because there are some on eBay, and there's none that are like, they're all high priced because of course they are.
Right.
But they're not unaffordable.
Right. Which is
if
two
that makes
different
sense.
things.
Like
two different things.
They're not ridiculous.
Right.
So it just comes down to me wanting to bite the bullet or not.
Right.
And do I want to wait till toy shows open again, where maybe I can haggle?
Yeah.
Right. And that's where I'm kind of sitting there. Like, that's why I'm waiting on the Kenner Dark Knight Collection Batmobile.
Oh, did you pick that up?
On that no, I've been waiting just because
that's more
I got the
silver,
Toy Biz
right?
one.
It's got like a silver paint job, kind of.
No, not that one. That's the Batman Returns one, the camel one. Though
okay,
I wouldn't.
Gotcha.
I'd love to get the Batman or the Bat Missile, like the Batmobile missile one too.
I want the Cruiser.
Those Kenner ones are super expensive.
I want the Batman Returns.
Like, I want to wait till the border opens. I want to go to Boba Khan. I want to see what they got. Those are, I don't know, for some reason those ones to me are ones I want to like go and find and hold it and go, this is coming home with me today.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to cradle it. I'm going to buy it a baby seat. I'm going to drive it home.
No, I'm right there with you. And there's so many cool vehicles and play sets associated with Batman over the years. Like, my dream is to have a whole shelf or a whole case of just the different Batcaves, because you've got the Superpowers Batcave, which is really cool. You've got the Toy Biz Batcave. You've got Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, all using the same Wayne Manor playset.
Batman Animated Series used it twice. The Command Center. They used it twice. It's insane.
And then you've got the really big Batman Forever Batcave, the 3-tiered one. So cool.
So that one's also a holy grail piece, I find. Like, It's one of those things where it's like, would I trade my Eternia for that Batcave? That is a thought that has gone in my head.
Interesting.
And when I've gone, you know what? No, I would not trade it.
I think Eternia is worth more than that. I think that Batcave, people overcharge for it. You can get it complete for probably $150 or $200. But anyways, so lots of great 90s Batman stuff. I got out some of my favorite Batman figures that I own, just a couple. There's stuff all around, but I wanted to kind of show off some of the stuff that I have that I really like. I don't know if you did the same.
Yeah, let's take turns. Go ahead. Right, show what you got.
First off, these are... Where's the other one? I think the Batman Forever line is near and dear to our hearts at Yes Have Some. So I think these are two of the coolest Batman figures ever put out. So this is the Batman Forever Two-Face. And you got to remember with these lines, a lot of times, just the fact that they made a Two-Face that looks like he looks in the movie is impressive, because I feel like they were just so tempted to do anything but that. This also came with a coin, like a regular size coin, but that's on the shelf somewhere. So this is the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face, which is like actually a pretty good likeness. Like, it's a good looking figure with a really cool paint job.
It is a good looking figure. Yep.
They did a great job on that. And then the other one here is the Riddler. This is one of the deluxe ones with his garb from the end of the movie, the white suit with the kind of glow in the dark feature and that insane hair. Again,
that is a toy that I wish McFarlane would do.
Now that would be cool. I took off his little crazy backpack there so I could hold it better. But yeah, that's just a cool looking figure. And I think, like, over the years, Batman Forever has kind of been unfairly treated because it somehow gets looped in with Batman and Robin, which I also kind of think is unfairly treated. But you got to remember, Batman Forever was a really big deal when it came out, and people went apeshit over Jim Carrey and Val Kilmer and Tommy Lee Jones and Chris O'Donnell and Seal. Let's face it.
And Seal, yeah.
That song.
That movie had 2 hit songs.
Yep.
And it made a lot of money.
Oh,
like, we were getting McDonald's glasses and we were getting superhero burgers.
People
they had
forget,
like the McHero, I think, or something. Oh, man, what a beautiful time.
The injection of campiness was welcomed at that time. People liked it. I remember I had an older cousin who saw it before me, and I really looked up to him, and I really thought he knew his shit about movies, and he told me about the Holy Rusted Metal Batman line, and I was like, no, they didn't. Oh, that is so clever. I thought it was just like the coolest thing ever. But yeah, I love Batman Forever, and like I've got a lot more of those figures. And I got the Batmobile from Batman Forever, which is a great vehicle.
See, yeah, that's the only that and the the 2 Kenner ones I mentioned are the only Batmobiles that I am missing.
Okay,
from Kenner. Gotcha. I have the animated one. I'm missing that one, and just to stay on forever.
Oh, cool! Look at that.
So remember I was just talking about like deep dive.
Yep.
Neon. So this is like the deep dive Robin.
Yep. Hydro Claw.
This was the Hydro Claw. This is the first Batman Forever figure that I picked up when the toys came out.
Okay.
And it was a big deal to me because I'm a huge fan of Robin.
Now, is that on a French card?
Yeah, so it has English and French because it's Canadian.
Okay. Cool. That's really cool.
Because we have 2 languages up here.
Oh, very interesting.
And so, and I love the artwork on it too.
Yeah.
It's just so dynamic and so cool. But it was the closest one I could find to a Robin that you could see in the movie.
Right.
And that series was weird because none of the Batman or Robin toys in that first wave looked nothing like the costumes in the movie.
Right. Completely. Not at all. And people also forget the Batman Forever figures were they were not just repeats or repaints of the Batman Returns figures. They were different molds. They were a little bit bulkier, a little bit bigger. Really good detail. But but it was harder to find the ones that actually looked like their costumes from the movie.
It's totally true. Like, because it's funny because, like, not too long before that.
Oh, look at that. So that's the Batman Returns Catwoman for our audio listeners. In package, very beautiful. Great piece.
Right? And that's, of course, it's one of my favorites. That's when my
hey, for those who don't know, when Ryan talks about
when that movie came out,
when Ryan talks about Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, he gets very tongue-tied and tongue-twisted. It's a very he gets like
I can't form a sentence.
When she popped up in Ant-Man, Ryan had to like leave the theater. I think I just don't think he could take it.
Yeah, it was like I got nervous. It was like watching like when a sex scene shows up in a movie that you rented that you're watching with your parents.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that. You get a little like, oh, okay, this is a little uncomfortable. But that's okay. It's okay.
That's really funny.
Right? And then just to kind of continue on, like, and this was probably one of my most favorite Batman toys that they ever made. Is the Robin from Batman Returns.
Okay.
So now there was no Robin, and I remember seeing this on the back of a package. I never saw him in the store first.
Okay.
And I was like, and it was before I saw the movie. So I thought for sure Robin was in Batman Returns.
Right. Isn't that a fucking pisser?
Well,
that's so
Michelle
annoying.
Pfeiffer showed up on screen, and I quickly forgot that I thought he was in the movie.
Yeah, you stopped caring.
I stopped caring about the boy.
You stopped caring about Robin.
I cared a little more about the woman.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Now, what is that design inspired by, though? That specific Robin design?
This is the Tim Drake design. This looks like this looks just like it's drawn by Neil Adams. So when Neil Adams designed this costume, this would have been back in 91, 92. It was a big deal for me because I was like, they got rid of the pixie boots and the booty shorts. And this is where I was like, that's my Robin. That's the Robin I want to be. And this is the Robin that got me reading DC comics. That's when I went from reading strictly just, X-Men. And I said, I'm going to start dabbling in DC. Okay. And this was it. So to me, I guess, yeah, you could say it's my favorite due to layered reasons. For multiple reasons, you know. So, and I love it. It looks like it's pulled right out of the comic.
Right.
And it was something very rare to get at that time because it either had to look like it was from the movie, or
right, exactly,
or nothing at all, or something completely off the wall and weird. So to get something that looked like something that you saw in the comics, to me it's pretty special.
Hey, we should mention that we were talking about Batman Forever. There's a 2-pack of Batman and Robin in their movie costumes that is not, I don't want to say it's rare, but you don't see it as often. Like, you might have to do some eBaying and some searching to find it.
Yeah, Guardians of Gotham 2-pack.
It's very cool. So I got a few more here. So one of my all-time favorite Batman lines was pretty short-lived, but it is the Mattel classic 66 Batman line. So, and I'm going to show off my favorite figure in the whole line right here is the Adam West Batman with no mask. And I hope it picks up it's focusing on me. That's okay. This is a really cool figure. This came with the little Bat computer console. And again, pretty decent likeness of a young Adam West there. Love that. And then we've got Catwoman here. Different Catwoman that Ryan was talking about. But very,
but
very
still,
cute.
Still just as sensual.
Very, very. Is this which Catwoman is this? Is this Julie Newmar? Or the other one? I'm a bad Batman fan.
I always want to say Eartha Kitt.
No, everything. It's not. This is not Eartha Kitt. It's not
Eartha Kitt.
Merriweather. What's her name?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Have you just to stay on topic of 66 for a moment? Have you ever watched their old interviews?
Some of them, yeah,
where they're in costume and they're being interviewed by
Well, the Joker one's famous. The
Joker one is famous because he's sitting there, he's smoking, and he's just it's like something out of a Tarantino movie,
Right,
you know,
right.
like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And
Now,
that's what all the interviews are like, and it's great. They're great to watch. So,
right.
look them up after you watch this.
I want to
They're
see
great.
Tarantino make a movie about Batman 66 somehow. That's what I want to see. I don't know what that would be.
Oh my god!
But
oh my god!
Wouldn't that be cool? That's my idea.
I know they've done movies before where it's like Back to the Batcave and stuff like
Right,
that,
right.
where they do like a reminisce, like a little slight history
Right.
of Batman, kind of thing where it's goofy and fun, but a Tarantino one where it's
like an alternative
characters are
history.
smoking
Yeah. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Then
I think that would be great.
Frank Gorshin, is that his name? Riddler?
Yep.
My favorite as a kid. I know that there was 2 Riddlers in the Batman 66 show. I think, what's his name? John Astin, the guy who played Gomez in the original Addams Family. I could have got his name wrong. Was not as good of a Riddler as this dude. This is iconic to me. This is such a cool figure, and I really like the Mattel line. I was bummed that it ended because obviously there's so many fun one-off villains and stuff. Like, it would be really cool to have an entire rogues gallery with all, Egghead and just all those dudes. So
Clock King and just King Tut.
Yeah, really. And I mean, probably for likeness rights reasons, it's hard to, because those were all famous people that played those characters. But cool line. I've got the Batmobile for that line. I think I'm only missing the Penguin figure and maybe I have got Batgirl, but she's in package. I need a loose Mattel 66 Batgirl. Send her my way.
Yvonne Craig, man, she was gorgeous.
Dude,
Woo.
that was my reaction. Like your Catwoman reaction. It's like when you got the when you put on Batman when you're a kid and you're in the opening previews and you're like, come on, it's like like whammy, like come on Batgirl, and like she a little animation pops up, it's a Batgirl. Meanwhile, you don't realize when you're a kid it was only on for like 2 seasons. She's probably only in 5 episodes total or something, but like yeah. Great figures. I think, I don't know if those have gone up in price or anything, but pick them up. They're very cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And I got just a couple more.
Cool.
For me. So I got the Batman animated series on card, the first Harley Quinn figure.
Okay, put that center that a little bit. Let me see that. Other way. Yeah, look at that. That's a great looking figure. Wow. Is that the first Harley Quinn they put out?
That's the very first Harley Quinn they put out, and it's kind of funny because, like, again, I grew up in a small town in Saskatchewan, so sometimes you're not sure what's going to be rare or what people like or what's popular necessarily.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to characters like Harley Quinn, because I'm sitting there watching Batman animated series as a teenager and going, "She's so cool," right? And then she gets a figure, and it's like, what do you mean everybody else wants that figure? That makes no sense.
Right.
I'm the only fan, right? Because you're not.
Dude, you were such a gatekeeper when you were 13.
Well, it wasn't so much I was gatekeeping, but you didn't realize how popular she was.
Right.
And when I finally found her,
well, there was no way to know.
Walmart.
There was no internet.
Yeah, it was a Walmart in a small town, and they had her, and I was just like, "That's it. I am leaving with that today.
She's the one.
I will fight people for it, right?" And then, of course, I've got Robin.
Okay, very cool.
Very cool. Do you notice anything similar from this Robin to the other Robin?
Well, is it the same figure? Is it a repaint? Is it
It is same body.
Okay.
Different head.
Different head. Okay. Very similar get up though.
It's pretty much the same thing. And my favorite one.
Spoiler
this is my
alert.
favorite Batman animated series figure. Yeah, I love it. This is my favorite. I wish DC Direct got to dabble into these before DC Direct stopped, and but this is antifreeze Batman.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great figure.
And I love it. I have to thank Zombie for this one. He messaged me before he even he announced these figures, and he was like, "Oh, I got a case of these," and I was like, "Oh my god!" commenting on it, and of course he DMs me. He's like, "Who are you looking for?"
Yeah,
right?
Zombie's
like,
the best. Zombie Sailor Toys, great guy, great toy seller.
Yeah, I've been buying from him for years, like even before he became like the big deal that he is now.
Right.
And I get treated as such, and it's great because he's opening cases to see what there is, and he's DMing me photos.
That's really cool.
Right?
That's
like
a cool figure. I don't really collect a lot of on-card stuff, but those Batman animated series figures look really good in the package. Those are great.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So the last thing, late last year, sometime in the last 10 months, I started dabbling in the DC Direct Batman animated series line, which we've talked about a little bit. So I just grabbed a couple of my favorites. So I just was showing this, but this is the Tim Drake Robin, which just a cool.
That's the Dick Grayson Robin.
That's Dick Grayson?
Oh, that's Dick Grayson. Tim Drake is different for the animated series.
Well, fuck me then. I don't know what I'm talking about then.
Dude, it's okay.
No, you're right. Obviously you're right. But yes, now I know. Now it's clicking. Okay, gotcha. So, anyways, here's Craig. He buys toys and doesn't know what he's doing. That's why it's anxiety. Fuck it. We won't talk about him anymore. I got a Robin figure. Deal with it. Okay, then we've got the Joker here. I'm just kidding. We've got a Two-Face here. I've always loved this design is really cool. I think this is the most iconic version of Two-Face, in my humble opinion. And who am I? Because I don't know. I'm not the comics guy that Ryan is. Let's face it. But
I will agree. I will fight anybody who says anything different.
And also kids' toys that come with machine guns. I always support. That's hilarious. Okay, and then we've got. I grabbed one more. Obviously, not much more iconic than the Joker, Mark Hamill.
Such a great figure. That toy line is my favorite.
I'm having a little bit of trouble with my camera focusing on it, but this is the Joker. And
that little purple blob you see there.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a really cool toy line. Very well designed figures. And it's not one that I feel like I need to be a completionist about. I can just dabble and get the ones that I really want, the characters I like, and have a good display. So, I have one more that I was going to show off. This is probably one of my favorites that I own.
Go for it.
This is the NECA NES style Batman. So NECA has dabbled with the Batman license a little bit. They've never done a full-fledged line. They did do a Batman 89 figure, and this is a repaint of it in the original NES packaging with this really cool purple and blue paint scheme. Just a really cool figure. It's got a soft goods cape, really well designed, based on Michael Keaton. I love it. I had this up for a long time.
NECA kills it at the soft good cape.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish McFarlane, and I do wish Mattel, and I wish everybody did.
Yeah.
Soft good cape.
Did you? So NECA put out. They had a Batman 89 figure. They did There was a Christopher
Predator, or Aliens.
Well, they did stuff, but they did like a limited release Christopher Reeve Superman and a Heath Ledger Joker. And man, obviously, I don't know, the DC license is always up in arms. Let's talk about it. Like, McFarlane's got the line right now for the adult collector figures. Spin Masters is doing the more kids focused stuff. Where's your head at with this stuff? Are you happy with where Batman is, or are you wishing Hasbro was taking it over?
Man, I have very mixed. Dude, I go. This is where, okay, now I'm having anxiety because you're having me think about it. And it gets very...
That's okay. I just called Dick Grayson Tim Drake.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I didn't call him Jason Todd. Right. Awkward.
Yeah, awkward. Yeah, it's... dude, I don't hate the McFarlane Toys stuff. I actually think they're really nice. I think because they just announced that they were doing stuff for Batman last night on Earth.
Okay.
Right, and how this Bane is going to be a Build-A-Figure.
Ooh, very cool.
And you're able to put the Scarecrow on him, right? They announced it. They did some previews of them. They're beautiful. That's what kind of got me itching back to it, because I was like, you know what? I think I want those.
Okay.
And knowing that we're not going to get them from DC Direct or anywhere else at this point, I was like, okay, maybe this is where I kind of go back to it. The White Knight figures are also beautiful as well, but I'm not super keen on their animated style toys. I'm not keen on their comic book style toys. They're nice, but because they're so big, they don't fit in with anything else.
Right.
So that's where I get that kind of like, God, I wish they were just doing DC Legends, right? And then you kind of just...
Yeah. Well, there was that post this week, the guy who's worked on the Marvel Legends team, who I guess was at Mattel.
Oh.
Like, could you give a little bit of backstory on what that was? Because people kind of freaked out about it.
So the guy that was working, I believe he was working for Mattel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was pitching a line to pretty much do DC Legends, where they have interchangeable heads and interchangeable hands and Build-A-Figures. And I mean, Mattel was doing Build-A-Figures before with their Multiverse line, and even the ones before that. You know, and I'm not gonna lie, they were hit or miss. They were either really, really good, or they were a little off, we'll say. But for a while there, when Mattel was doing DC Classics,
yeah,
they were perfect. They were so good. And in fact, I only have one of those figures because they were so hard to find when they came out.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, because you could not find them. And I've only got one. And it's Batman in the blue and the gray. And it's the one that, if I had to pick one of those figures, that's the one I would want.
Yeah, it's interesting that, well, the Multiverse line was cool, but it was not, it just didn't live up to the potential. Like, I know they kept trying. Obviously, Marvel Legends, the Marvel Legends, what is it? It's like the template that they've set is what Hasbro is adapting for all of their other brands. So Star Wars Black Series, Power Rangers Lightning Collection, G.I. Joe Classified. It's like this, and it all comes back to, this is the Marvel Legends of Ghostbusters. This is the Marvel Legends of G.I. Joe. So they've got this really good template, and it would be really cool if DC had that as well. And yeah.
And just to see that his designs, like with the Bruce Wayne, you could actually have like the cowl folded behind him and stuff. Oh man, it literally made my heart ache. I think I was up all night and just it was like it felt like I got dumped.
You know what it's like? It's like when you read about a movie or a script or a pitch for like a Ghostbusters sequel that didn't happen, and you're like, oh, that would have been so good. Why didn't this happen? It felt like
I got a divorce. Like, I've never been divorced, but I'm sure that's what it feels like.
It feels like your ex-wife just got full custody. That's what it feels like when you didn't get your DC Legends figure.
You have to sell all the toys in your shed. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. It's okay to laugh at that, Craig. It's okay.
Okay, moving on.
He's not listening to this show.
Listen. Who? Tim Drake? This was fun. I like talking about Batman. I really like talking about Batman. This is good. Do you have any final thoughts on Batman Day? What do you want to say to the people? What is your message of inspiration for people who maybe are lapsed Batman fans? What should we say to them?
I would say go to your local comic book store, support them. A lot of comic stores are doing events today for Batman Day. So check to see if your local store is. They're usually giving out some free promo items whenever you buy a Batman comic.
Right.
They might even have some special deals on Batman comics. So now's the best time to jump into, Batman Rebirth, or maybe you want to get Court of Owls for the first time, or Long Halloween.
One of the classics.
Any of that stuff anything that you want to get yourself prepped for in time for the Batman.
Which
I think today is the best day to do it. So go and support your local comic book store. Like I said, Batman 1027 just came out. It's a nice, big, thick book. It's $10. Go grab yourself that today. I mean, there's Robin 80th anniversary book just came out as well. Another one, $10. Go treat yourself. It's Batman Day.
This is Batman QVC. I like this. Remember it's only $10, folks. If you don't buy this thing, then you are making the mistake of a lifetime.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what? If you go and it's less than the price of a movie ticket, there are no movies, and this is your best next day.
There you go. So, I like that. That's good.
Go support Batman.
Inspiration.
And go support your local comic store.
Inspiration. Cool. This was fun. I love talking about Batman. Plenty of Batman toys out there to buy. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Let us know what you're collecting for Batman. What is your all-time favorite Batman figure, Batman playset? I still need the Toy Biz Batwing. That might be on my next to-do list because I would look nice hanging down, hovering over the Batcave over there. Cool.
Absolutely.
So moving on, we're going to be wrapping up here in just a few. I wanted to talk about the PS5 because it is a toy. The pre-order happened this week, and
surprise!
It's similar.
Here's our price and go.
Right. And listen, similar to what we were talking about last week, the bots and the scalpers, and I will say this for the people who are.
It was not Christmas.
I can't believe they are doing this. This is great. I don't even think the bots and scalpers were prepared for what happened last week. So they did this big PS5 press conference, and they revealed a bunch of new stuff, Miles Morales and all that. And then they said, here's the price. They go on sale tomorrow. And within an hour, GameStop and Target and Walmart, everybody put it on sale. So I feel like the hardcore toy collectors had an advantage. Anybody who this year has been dealing with NECA and G.I. Joe and Star Wars, they knew, don't leave your computer. If you want a PlayStation, stay home, get your sites ready. I found that Twitter is the best place to hang out because people post the links and stuff. And here's the thing. It was hard to get. It always is. But I was able to get a PlayStation. Now, as a joke, I pre-ordered a PS5, and I was like, ooh, and I missed out on Target, and I missed out on Walmart. Did you just read something?
No, it's just you. It's just like, you don't need a PS5.
No, I do.
Okay, go.
I
did.
Going. I told you about the hype. I had to get hyped about it. They could have put out a limited edition PS3. I would have been, I think I need that. So listen, let me backtrack a little bit. I always try to get the new console, but I never get it. I always fail. So this was the first time I ever succeeded. And as a joke, in the G.I. Joe Classified 6-inch group that I'm on Facebook, which is an insane toy collecting group where we get a lot of the comments that we read every week, I took a picture of a PS5 and put a G.I. Joe Cobra Island logo on it with a Target logo. And I said, PS5 Cobra Island, am I right? Some people laughed. It was just a little joke. One guy replies, wow, somebody's salty about not getting a PS5. And I was like, no, I got one. I just like to laugh. Here's a link to Toy Anxiety. Like, God, dude, it's just a joke. I'm just having fun. That's all.
That's it.
Just having fun.
That's what toys are supposed to be.
And it is a toy. Because if you go back and watch any news reports from Nintendo and Super Nintendo, the toy industry is being taken over by a company from Japan called Nintendo, and parents are not happy about it. That's all you hear. So I got the new toy, I pre-ordered a PS5, very excited about it, but it was kind of a shit show trying to get it.
Dude, I don't think I've ever bought a console on
release day.
Yeah. No, I think I've always waited till it was like Black Friday or something.
Well, it is better to wait. It's 100% better to wait, but not for me.
And it's like it is kind of cool that, like, this is going to sound so dumb, and I know this is going to kick us back onto Batman Day, but I still play Arkham Knight on a regular basis.
Those games are great. Those are fun games
because I love it. And the fact that they were like, oh, and Arkham Knight's going to be available for PS5. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, it was like one of those things where it's like, good. I never have to stop playing this game. Right. I can play it now for another 5 more years and not have to worry about it.
So it was interesting. Right? The people were freaking out, and people were saying that. But my favorite thing is when people are like, oh, Sony they just pissed off all of them are going to now get Xboxes instead. It's like, calm down. You're either like, it's hard. There's a couple million units available and a couple million people trying to get them, and it's just hard. Now, Ryan, did you find any of the social media commentary about the PS5 release? That's what we're building up towards, because we're almost done with our episode.
Okay. So
this is Twitter, right?
This is from Twitter. Okay, PlayStation. We're on to day 3 and still no pre-order in sight. To keep you in the loop, you should know I'm pregnant now, and my jaw is sore, and that won't stop me. I'm a mom on a mission now. I'll rise again at dawn and hit the streets. Mission PS5 in full effect.
What is she talking about? Just go to GameStop.com when they announced it.
Dude, they're not even available in stores yet.
Why is your jaw so sore? What happened?
and why is this person named Jeff pregnant?
That's funny.
I didn't want to say a name, but I'm not going to give the last name.
That's funny.
But it comes up as Jeff. And it just had me like, okay, well, I'm not going to judge, but whatever the case, if you're pregnant, take care. I hope you're healthy. I hope your jaw gets better.
Yeah. Did you see Sony put out a statement? Did you see this? This just happened like an hour ago. They said, the official PlayStation account tweeted, "Let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother. We truly apologize for that. Over the next few days, we'll release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details, and more PS5s will be available through the end of the year." So that's good. Coming out. They don't care. They really don't. But it's just like, okay, we screwed up, but we also sold so many. Like, it's PS5. The 5th generation, they're going to be fun.
Here's what's crazy. Remember, when the rumors came out about the price, and they were like, they're going to be $600.
Yep.
$700 for this, and it was like, and those were people were saying those are the legit prices. It's going to be $600 for a PlayStation 5, and then it comes out, it's like what?
400 and 300. $399. Yeah, or 500 and 400. Yeah.
Are you discless?
No, I got the ones with the disc because I want the 4K Blu-ray capabilities because I have a 4K TV and a bunch of 4K Blu-rays I've never been able to watch.
Nice.
So excited about that. Also, I tend to buy games and after I play them for a while, trade them or sell them. I like the option of, when you buy a digital game, it's this is the mistake I made with Tony Hawk. I bought the digital version. It's $50. And I haven't played it since the first night. There's nothing I can do to get out of it.
But then you've also but Fall Guys is also digital.
Right, but that's every day of my life.
Every night.
I'm trying to find another tweet. A lot of these are not I don't know. It's not the vitriol I was expecting from the G.I. Joe world that I get. One somebody said my boo just left me for his side chick because she got him a PS5. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can't say that I blame him. I mean, come on. So
when my girl falls asleep tonight, I'm going to steal her debit card and pre-order this PS5.
Dude, just stating your intentions to the world. That's fucking awesome. I'm going to try to find one. I'm going to try to find one here, and then we'll, let's see. God, I don't know. Fuck it. I can't find anything. I thought it was going to be crazier, but maybe.
So did I.
I think.
Oh, man. Next week's going to be wild. If we're watching, if they have chats going up on live streams, I'm going to have to take notes.
Oh, yeah. PulseCon is going to be, we might have to hire somebody. I might hire somebody for a temp job, looking for work. Take notes of the comment section of PulseCon. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Well, listen, I hope you got a PS5. I hope that this weekend you're making your toy dreams come true. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Hey, what did you get this week? Did you get anything this week?
I did. So I don't have it with me. It's an arm's reach. I did get the,
hang on.
Go for it.
I did get something.
Okay. Do you need to show me what it is?
Because usually I don't.
Okay. Well, I'll just mention whoa, look at that. Marvel Legends, talk to me. Black Widow.
This is the exclusive Black Widow.
Yeah.
A dude was selling it for cost on Facebook Marketplace.
Very cool. I like that.
And he was local, and I was like, yeah, I'll take this.
Did you say it like that? I'll take that. Hold
Actually, if anyone here deserves to have this Black Widow figure, it's probably me.
I'm going to be stealing my girlfriend's debit card as soon as she falls asleep and purchasing all the Black Widows on Facebook Marketplace.
First thing I did was I called my mom and I said, "Can you message this guy?"
That's fucking funny. I got a Black Widow hot toy, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Black Widow and more than Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson is my Batman Returns Catwoman. Let's just face it. So
and she's so rad. She seems like such a cool person in real life.
She's so cool.
And then seeing who she's dating now, it kind of has me go, you know what? Craig had a chance.
Oh yeah, I'm the Colin Jost of the Yes Absolute universe. Listen, he's a Harvard graduate, so anyways.
Dude, you graduated from life.
I went to the School of Hard Knocks.
Whatever.
I did get excited the other day when I realized I for some reason I thought she was like 5'10". She's like 5'3". I don't know why I was like, 5'3". Okay. For some reason in my head,
I will
whatever.
And she'll still break you.
Okay.
It's great. And
I just stole
Russians,
Scarlett Johansson's debit card. Keep going.
My Colossus finally arrived as well.
Oh, very cool. That looks great.
So, it's been a Russian week. We got a lot of Russians.
Yes. I ordered some more hot toys, but we're going to talk about that next week. But you already know what I got. It's very exciting.
Yep. It is exciting.
I don't collect any Marvel stuff. I don't have any Marvel Legends, but my goal is to have one of every MCU Avenger. But that almost changed this week because I almost ordered the Loki figure because it's fucking awesome looking. But anyways, let's show you what I got, and then we'll finish up. I got this in Whoop, there it is.
Dude, those are beautiful. That's such a cool package, and they're such a cool Ranger design.
The
Power Rangers. Is that what you've been watching, Power Rangers in space?
Yeah, well, so here's the deal. Power Rangers Lightning Collection, I haven't even opened it yet, but you can see what the figures look like on the back. I think I'm going to leave this in the display. They're just so cool. These are the Psycho Rangers from In Space. Let me give you my...
I want that?
Well, here's the deal. They've already released people were pissed at Hasbro because they've already released 2 of the Psycho Rangers, and then they put out the 5-pack, and people were like, great, now I'm rebuying 2 figures I already have. It was an Amazon exclusive. It sold out, and I was like,
oh,
but now it's back. That's why I got it. It's back. Oh. So it's $100, 5 figures. What happened was I've been back and forth with Lightning Collection trying to figure out which ones I'm going to get, which ones I'm not going to get. But I did pick up the In Space Yellow Ranger, and it's just a really good looking figure. And I'm like, great, now I'm going down this.
Dude, the Power Rangers in Space is the sexiest group of Power Rangers
I've been watching
to exist. They're
great.
All hot. Yeah. And I'm just like, how are they not dude, seriously, this is that's what we were talking about. I want to see a Power Rangers that's super bad and American Pie and Porky's. I want to see Power Rangers like that because there's no way a group of that many good looking people in space, aren't going to all be trying to hook up with one another.
Right.
Because
I'm surprised that they even had any time to look for Zordon because they were just hooking up the whole time.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm enjoying my journey down the Power Rangers in Space black hole, I guess, for lack of a better pun. And but this is a great set. Well, black holes are in space. This is I really like the design on this. The artwork's really cool, and then obviously the figures inside are great. So, but it was a lighter week. I think we're both financially preparing for the fucking hellstorm of next week. Oh my god,
dude! Next week's gonna be insane because that besides outside of the exclusives, there's gonna be pre-orders, and that with everything going on, we're going to be super hyped.
I'm going to be
super pumped.
Super poor.
And
it's going to be great.
Oh, dude, I'm already... Well, again, it's I couldn't pass up the deal on this Black Widow.
Right.
So I snatched it. But you know what? I am...
Listen.
I am mentally preparing myself for any kind of Ghostbusters we have to pre-order.
Right. Well, next Tuesday and Wednesday is the pre-orders for the stuff that's been announced, and then we'll have PulseCon next week.
And if they do HasLab Dex's Diner, I gotta get it.
HasLab Dexter's Laboratory. They're doing the whole... That's the lab. Hey, listen. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube or on the podcast app you're listening to this on. And don't forget, next week, live on YouTube, 10 p.m., Friday night, Saturday night, full Pulse Con coverage. I'm very excited. I'm very stressed. I'm very nervous, but I think it's going to be it's going to be a good time for the toy industry.
Dude, I can't sleep. I can't sleep.
I would skip the next 5 days. I would be put into a coma just to wake up next Wednesday to pre-order some figures, and then go back into the coma and wake up Friday for the reveals. So
absolutely, I can't wait.
Yeah. Anything else, Ryan, before we sign off?
No, dude, that's it. Happy Batman Day. The Hasbro Pulse countdown starts now.
Yeah. Join us on the channel. Yeah. Tell your friends. If you're a toy collector and you've got a friend who's collecting toys, let them know about Toy Anxiety, and let them know that we will be live next Friday and Saturday night on YouTube. Bye, everybody. Happy Batman Day.